Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Cluck TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
Get ready, because our culinary expert and, dare we say, wine aficionado beyond belief, Betty Thompson, is preparing some tantalizing dishes for us on her show, Cooking It Up with Betty. In the midst of cooking, our dear old Betty does join her What's Cooking reporters traveling throughout our story country. Now, on this station and the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of The Sweet Swine Diaries, a collection of unauthorized biographies by Cassidy Davis, featuring a riveting collection of the exotic, neurotic, chaotic, and even psychotic stories about the lives of the Sweet Swine County ladies. Miss Davis is quoted as saying, "I have never seen so many single women with so many problems in my life. Enjoy." Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
Join us now in another exciting episode of As the Corn Grows. In our last installment, Mrs. Swanson was just about to tell Katie why she should be needing a bumper crop in the fall.
What do you mean I'm going to need a bumper crop this fall?
Well, Katie, I shouldn't have said that. Ella had faith in you, and she had faith in your farming ability, and I think with the help of Elmer, you're going to have a bumper crop. Have you seen the place yet, dear?
Well, no, I barely had a chance to breathe.
Well, then, let's us take a walk.
Well, what a nice day for a walk, as Elmer gives Urban Katie a short course on proper crop rotation. Mrs. Swanson plays Cupid, suggesting that Katie save money on hired hands and find herself a big, strong husband. Katie has to sit down and take in the fact that she's gone from Hollywood editor to pig, chicken, and corn farmer in Minnesota. Let's catch up.
Hi, Mrs. Swanson. Nice day for a walk.
Yes, dear.
Hi, Elmer.
Prairie Ann.
Well, aren't you going to introduce us?
Prairie Ann, this is Katie Olson. Katie Olson, this is Prairie Ann. She's come all the way from Los Angeles to run this farm.
Really, it must be a big change. Do you know any famous movie stars?
Well,
Like Ashton Kutcher? Oh, I just love him.
Well, you know, as a matter of fact,
Oh, we're going to be really good friends. I can tell you all about my little town, and you can tell me all about Tinseltown.
Well, you know, I just made some lemonade. It's over on the porch. You want to have some?
Yes. Have you met Cousin John yet?
I haven't seen Cousin John since grade school.
Well, let me tell you something. You're about to get reacquainted, because here he comes, right up the driveway.
Well, the thunderclouds are building in Katie's backyard. I guess we'll find out after the break. Get ready, because just when you thought you'd gotten the cockleburs out of your overalls, they're now on TV. That's right, this is one weed you won't want to pull. The Cocklebur Morning Show, with hosts who deliver a mix of news, entertainment, and information about the communities throughout our story country. Now on this station and the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns, with the release of Plowing Through Life by renowned life coach Elmer Plow. Elmer shares his proven 5-step plan for a better life. With advice that includes get a grip and snap out of it, Elmer's program is so ingenious in its simplicity and detail. It's sure to help a couple of people. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by the Swine Song Commune, where musicians, artists, and hippie types live together and share their passions. To learn more, visit the online magazine at sweetswinescoop.com.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now we join Elmer Plow as he shuffles off to see a buffalo, Prairie Ann as she hangs around Katie's porch, and Katie as she prepares to do battle with Cousin John.
Oh boy, looks like it's time for a family reunion, and it's time for me to get going. I promised to look in on Myron Grant's buffalo. She's due to calf any day now. I've got to get going.
That's okay, Elmer. I'll keep an eye on Katie while Cousin John visits.
Well, thank you so much for visiting.
So nice to meet you, miss.
You too.
I'll come by next week and we're going to talk about this farming operation. We'll get this place ship-shape.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, John. Nice to see you.
Wow. Nice ramp. Is that OSHA approved? Well, if it isn't my big city cousin, Katie.
Hi, John. How's the chicken business?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. Hey, enough about me. I'm here about Katie. You know, I couldn't hardly believe my ears when they told me you were packing up all your stuff and moving all the way back here.
And how nice of you to visit me on my farm, John. It seems like just yesterday we were swinging on that tire on that old tree over there and swimming on the docks and everything.
Yes, those were good old days. But what I really wanted to ask you is, who are you going to list the farm with? Century 21 or what?
Well, what do you mean? I'm not thinking of selling.
I just assumed you'd keep the house as a little vacation spot, but the farmland, I thought I'd save you the realtor's commission and, you know, offer you a good price on the farmland.
Well, how thoughtful of you, John. How very thoughtful. You always were the thoughtful one, weren't you? Well, let me tell you something. I have moved here permanently. I sold my condo, and the magazine for whom I work said I can work on the internet, and I'm here to stay.
Listen, I give you 6 months, this place will be eating your lunch. You're going to knock on my door begging me to put this offer back on the table.
Lemonade, anyone?
I highly doubt that, John, because I can be very determined when I'm faced with a challenge.
Be reasonable, Katie. Didn't the lawyers tell you about the contract I had with Anella?
Well, now isn't that a kick in the head? Will Katie track down Lawyer Ed and get the lowdown on this contract? Will Prairie Ann ever stop wishing lemonade? And will Cousin John get his hands on Ella's farm? I guess we'll find out after the break. Get ready, because now you can watch a full of fun daytime talk show that shares the latest and greatest news about the people, places, and events found all over our story country. The Women of Sweet Swine County, hosted by 3 sassy ladies that tell small town stories with big town attitude. Now on this station and the web. Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now we join Prairie Ann as she helps Katie sort through Aunt Ella's paperwork.
I cannot believe the amount of papers Aunt Ella had to go through to run this farm. Good grief, we've been through boxes and suitcases, and there's not a computer in sight.
Well, Katie, Aunt Ella was old school. Never trusted a computer, never used a cell phone, and never, ever used a credit card.
Now, who is that?
I'll get it. Oh, Mr. Dugan, come in.
Hello.
Katie, this is Dougie Dugan, Aunt Ella's interior designer. Dougie, this is Urban Katie, Aunt Ella's niece and my new best friend.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Dugan.
Oh, call me Dougie, please.
Well, all right, Dougie. So nice of you to have stopped by to visit. To what do we owe this great pleasure?
Well, I thought I should tell you that I probably would have come sooner, except I thought you needed a little time and space to grieve. And your aunt had really something in mind. So, well, anyway, it's...
Oh, Mr. Dugan, are you okay? Should I get you a glass of water or something?
No, Prairie Ann, that's fine. She has hired me to come here and redo the whole house from top to bottom.
Well,
everything.
Mr. Dugan, Dougie, I have to tell you that I've looked through all of these papers, and nowhere does it say that a house remodel is allotted for. And I'm so sorry.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. Your aunt has paid for everything. All the colors, all the furniture, everything has been paid for. We had already planned all this.
My goodness. Well, I tell you what, a lesser man would have taken her money and run.
Oh, I could never do that. Your Aunt Ella and I had such a special relationship. But there's some more. I have to do all of this right away. Next month, I start working on the governor's mansion. So we need to start your project next week.
So that's why Aunt Ella sold her autographed record collection of Elvis and the Beatles and Madonna. Giddy up!
Well, now wait a minute. Hold your horses. Record collections? Paid for in advance home remodeling? Mm-hmm. What other secrets did my Aunt Ella have in store for me?
Well, now, isn't that a fine how do you do? Will Dougie Dugan transform Aunt Ella's space into the talk of the town? Will Prairie Ann invite Katie to stay with her during the construction? And will Katie have to bunk with Prairie Ann until the remodel is done? I guess we'll find out after the break.
This program has been made possible by The Daily Boar. This sometimes daily newspaper reports the news the residents of Sweet Swine County want to know. Also now featured online at sweetswinescoop.com. This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of Poems I Wrote and More Poems I Wrote by Sweet Swine County's own Poet Laureate, Ronnie P. Silage. After serving as Poet Laureate of Sweet Swine County for over 20 years, Ronnie was encouraged to put his poetic masterpiece in book form for all to cherish and enjoy. With a wealth of life experiences to draw upon, Ronnie P. is a veritable pit of poetic musings and life lessons learned. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now, we join Prairie Ann when she is waiting at Edie's Cafe to meet someone and runs into Elmer Plow and his friend Warren Nelson, the lead founder, artistic director, and resident writer-composer for Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua.
Gee, Prairie Ann, I'm sure I'm glad I ran into you. Warren and I here, we just decided to get a bite to eat. You know Warren Nelson. He's the lead founder, artistic director, and writer and composer of the Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua.
Oh, Elmer, I'm really glad I ran into you today, but I'm meeting someone else here for breakfast, and you'll have to find out. Did you say Warren Nelson? The lead founder, artistic composer, director of the Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua? Giddy up! Wait, Warren, I need to talk to you because I'm going to be a big star too. And I thought maybe we could...
Elmer, did you say they have hash browns here?
Oh, let me tell you, Edie's has the best breakfast in these parts. I'm telling you, these hash browns, they make your mouth water just thinking about it. Oh,
I just love hash browns.
Mr. Nelson. Sorry I'm late, but we need to talk about your performance at Our Story Studios. Okay.
Wait, Warren! Oh, Elmer, that could have been my big break. Why did Warren Nelson have to come into my life today of all days? Elmer, you have to listen. We don't have much time. Do you really think Urban Katie can be a farmer?
oh, that Urban Katie, Prairie, she is quite the girl. You should see her face light up when she talks about the farm. And the hair, the long, beautiful, wavy hair, oh.
Yes, eyes, beautiful hair, quite the girl. But enough about her. Elmer, do you like my new hat? I'm gonna expand my hat collection because, I'm gonna be the biggest thing to ever hit these parts.
Well, if you get hit and you need parts, go to Hawkins Chev, they'll fix you right up.
Elmer, you have to leave now. I'm meeting someone else. You have to.
I'm sorry, Prairie Ann, but I gotta go. You're gonna have to eat breakfast with somebody else. See, I've got to get over to the Anderson farm and talk to Ronnie Silage, Urban Katie. She's going to need a really good hired hand to do all these farm chores on this farm. And Ronnie Silage is perfect. I know he had this terrible crossbreeding accident, which was against all farm safety manuals, but I'm willing to forego that. So I got to get going and talk to Ronnie. We'll see you later.
Hey, Elmer, how about if we go to the fair this weekend in Albert Lee? We could go through the barns and we could buy some mini donuts.
Later that day.
Well, Missy, this better be good. I'm a truck driver short. I got chicken crap piling up in the shed. Hey, how about some coffee?
Well, Cousin John, what a surprise running into you here today.
What do you mean? You called me.
Shh, keep your voice down. And what's this? I hear Mrs. Swanson telling me about you and Aunt Minnie all lovey-dovey at County Market.
Wait. That's not true. I ought to sue that old battle axe for slander. Is that what you called me here for?
Settle down, Cousin John. You're scaring the customers.
Calm down. I'm at my wit's end, and that's why I asked you to come here today. It's about Katie and Aunt Ella's farm.
Okay, so you got my attention. Spill what you got.
Well,
Prairie Ann, come on.
Well, I know Aunt Ella had to borrow for that combine last year, and...
I don't have all day, Prairie Ann.
Well, Cousin John, you own the bank, and what would happen if Katie can't pay off Aunt Ella's loan?
Well, then she'd probably have to sell me back the farm. But she's got, with the crops she has and that livestock, there's no way she couldn't make the payments.
Yeah, but what if something happened to the crops, and what if a wrestler got in the herd?
Hold on there, what are you talking about? I thought you and Katie were thick as thieves.
But we are, Cousin John, but it's Elmer.
Plow? Oh, I get it. He doesn't know you exist. Katie waltzes into town, all of a sudden Cupid's in the air for Elmer and Katie.
All right. Do you want to help me send Urban Katie packing, or don't you?
What'd you have in mind?
Well, this is what I have in mind.
Well, isn't that a fine kettle of fish? Will Prairie Ann really go into cahoots with Cousin John? Will Norma the waitress tell Katie who she saw having coffee together? And will Cousin John stick Prairie Ann with a check? I guess we'll find out after the break.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of One Duck, One Ventriloquist, an Autobiography by Lawyer Ed. Talented, driven, hungry for fortune and fame, the story of a man and his wooden duck against the world. The High Horse Herald says, "This guy quacks me up. What a character, and the lawyer's funny too." The New Pork Periodical says, "Best $2 I ever spent on a book." Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by SweetSwineScoop.com, the online magazine that keeps Sweet Swine County citizens informed on what's happening. For if it happens in Sweet Swine County, it's news to us.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now, we join Prairie Ann and Mrs. Swanson as they talk about Katie's options to make money with the farm.
I hear that our urban Katie is having a hard time keeping the farm out of the red and out of Cousin John's hands.
Well, what's wrong? I thought that Aunt Ella owned the farm free and clear, has for years.
She does own the land and the home free and clear, but she bought the combine, and there's a note at the bank, Cousin John's bank.
Oh, no.
Don't you worry. The crop is going to be fine. She'll have more than enough money to pay for the payment for the combine.
Well, I don't know about that, because Elmer Plow told me that there was this horrid fungus in the soybeans, and that a herd of 200 deer got into the cornfield, ate most of the corn, and he said that she'd be lucky if she has enough feed to feed those livestock till spring. And with that payment coming up for that combine, she might have to sell.
Doesn't she have that salary from being an editor saved back for her to use?
From the magazine? Yeah. She took a 6-month leave from the magazine, to get settled here. And Aunt Ella, in her will, had allotted in the trust fund a year's operating expenses, but since the deer ate half of the corn, and with the payment due, she's in a world of hurt.
That's my point. She did ask me to help her come up with a solution to her problem.
Well, maybe she should just reconsider that move from California to here.
Bite your tongue, Prairie Ann Smakovich. Can't you see that you're going against Aunt Ella's wishes?
Oh, come on. Everybody knows that Katie is broke and miserable. Giddy up.
Pish posh. She's an Olsen, and Olsens don't give up. We'll think of something.
Well, Cousin John has offered to buy the farm numerous times.
Perish the thought, Prairie Ann. Aunt Ella must be turning over in her grave.
Oh, Mrs. Swanson, Katie can't run a farm on a wish and a prayer, and those cows, they're not going to feed themselves.
Oh, I know what. She could take in a boarder.
A boarder?
Wait, yeah, she's got that back room. Why, she could easily get $300 a month for rent.
Katie would never do that. Trust me, she would never do that.
I think that's a good idea. And Prairie Ann, don't you write the ads for the Daily Boar?
Well, yes, I do. I do the news, and the reporting, and the sports, and the obituaries. Nosy Norma does the gossip.
Okay, Prairie Ann, tomorrow morning, we're taking out an ad in the paper, Daily Boar.
Really?
And it's going to say, "Room for rent!"
Glad you could stop by today, Ronnie.
Oh, no problem. I had to come to town anyway and get some salt licks for the cattle. So what's up?
Well, I've been watching you closely.
Okay, is this about the combine and the drainage ditch again? If it is, I'm not talking.
Don't tell me that you ran that combine into the drainage ditch.
No. That happened 8 years ago. But every time I run into you, you bring it up again.
Well, I won't say that combine safety isn't extremely important, but that's not why I brought you here today, Ronnie. What I wanted to talk to you about was on Ella's farm.
Oh. Oh, I was so sad to hear about her passing. You know, that woman, she kept her feedlots clean and her silos full. Oh, bless her heart.
Well, there is no doubt that she was a great lady. You know, she left the whole farm to her city slicker niece, Katie.
I heard something about this from Norma over at Edie's the other day.
Katie is Aunt Ella's favorite niece, and you're right, she knows nothing about running a farm.
No, I could give her a few pointers.
She needs a lot more than just a few pointers. You see, these two slackers that Aunt Ella hired before she passed ran off and left her high and dry. The farm is a mess.
Well, I could round up some farmhands for her, okay?
No, that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm saying is, Ronnie, do I have a deal for you? How would you like to be the farm manager of Aunt Ella's farm, the finest farm in all of Sweet Swine County?
Wait, me managing Aunt Ella's farm?
Yes, you.
That's a deal, big
right,
guy.
yeah.
And you and Aunt Ella will not regret it. Looks like things are looking up for Urban Katie. Will Ronnie be the answer to Katie's prayers, and will Elmer live to regret hiring Ronnie P. Silage to manage Aunt Ella's farm? I guess we'll find out after the break.
This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit sweetswinescoop.com.
Welcome back to As the Corn Grows. Now, we join Lonesome Ron as he meets with pop singing sensation Miss Cassidy Davis.
Lonesome Ron, there's a Cassidy Davis here to see you.
Please send her in, Wilma.
Oh, hello, Lonesome Ron. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for meeting me, even without an appointment. You know, my plane just got in an hour ago at the Sweet Swine Airport, and I just could not wait another moment to meet you.
Well, no problem, my dear Miss Cassidy. I always have time for a fellow colleague, especially when it's beautiful and talented as you are.
Oh, my. Lonesome Ron, you're making me blush. You know, they did warn me that you are as charming as you are talented.
Well, I'm the one who's blushing. I wasn't sure if you'd be interested in a change of venue. You've been the reigning queen of pop for over 2 years now.
Well, you know, I was very intrigued by your letter, and I am a Canadian country girl at heart, and my heart just led me right here to Sweet Swine.
Did you know that your hit, All Alone in the Crowd, was actually written by me?
Well, no, I always thought it was written by Horacio Wintergreen.
Well, Horacio Wintergreen, that was my stage name when I first started out.
Horacio
But I lost the rights to that tune in a high-stakes poker game.
In a poker game? Horacio Wintergreen? You know what? I think Lonesome Ron fits you better. It's that whole loner cowboy thing you got going on. It's a good fit.
Well, as I stated in my letter, I'm looking to expand my Pig in a Polk record label to include some fresh, new faces. And I thought you might want to be singing in the country area, even though you have been the reigning queen of pop.
Well, you know, my contract with Morning Glory Records is up for renewal, and this is a good time to, think about my career options.
And where are you staying?
Well, you know, it just so happens that an acquaintance of mine from LA moved up here, Katie Olson.
Oh, Katie.
Yeah, she invited me to come up for the holidays.
Yeah, that must be Aunt Ella's niece that I've heard so much about.
You know, I think so. I'll have to ask her. We're supposed to meet for cocktails later at the Cabaret Lounge.
Well then, let's set up a meeting with your agent next week, and I'm sure we'll have an album deal ironed out by the end of next month.
Oh, sounds great. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like there'll be music in the air in Sweet Swine County. Will Lonesome Ron be teaching our beautiful Miss Cassidy to yodel her way to country pop stardom? Find out next time on As the Corn Grows! Get ready, because now you can see a late-night talk show filmed in front of a discerning yet agreeable studio audience. Split Hoof tonight. Cousin John and his incomparable sidekick, Earl Silo, interview a roster of guests who make appearances that you won't want to miss. Now on this station and the web.